So this one's for my girls who love having flip over sewings but find it difficult to blend their leave out section. Well, with this method, your leave out area is actually braided up and tucked away. Let me explain. So this is the flip over sewing with the crochet method, which is why the braid in the front is actually not being connected to the braids at the back. So this will give you the option to have a leave out if needs be later on. So as normal, after braiding up everything, oiling the scalp and sewing on the net, I'm now ready to sew the tracks. With all of my sewings, I try not to cut my client's bundles, so you can see me here doing the flip method, which is using a flat iron and just pressing down on the track. Once I'm done with the whole sewing process, I then cut away the excess. Now for the main part. The first braid that we had left out, you can now see me sewing it up and tucking it underneath. So this will be the braid that I will crochet onto. So I'm simply just taking sections of the hair and crocheting it onto the braid and then gently knotting it. And you want to do this on both sides until you get to the top. And once you're done, your install should look something like this. Now you gently want to just back comb all of the section that you just crocheted, and then you can just comb up your baby hairs, which will be styled later on. Now for the fun part, which is to define the curl. I start by using water and then I finger comb the hair. I add some conditioner and I use a detangling brush. My client had brought me a couple of her favorite curl defining products, so this is what I'm adding now. She likes to use a mixture of curling creams, gels and mousse. She also swears by this Denman brush, so this is what I'm using to define her curls. Once everything is defined, this is how it should look at the end. Now I'm just using some ebon just to style her edges and get everything slicked. I also use a blow dryer and apply heat, which I'm gonna make my client hold every time because she's now my assistant. Now for the finishing touches, I just spritz with a little bit more water and I add a little bit of shine, and yeah, there we have it. A flip over sewing with no leave out. Well, we can say no leave out, because she does have the option to remove the crochet section and actually undo her leave out if needs be. I think I'm going to do a full step-by-step tutorial for YouTube, so stay tuned.